In this video, we are going to be creating a new user, but the new user we are going to be creating is not from our Microsoft 365 Admin Center, but from Endpoint Manager, which of course you can also call it Microsoft Intune. So, to actually open your Endpoint Manager, you can just go to your Microsoft 365 Admin Center and then click Endpoint Manager from your Admin Center. So let's just click on that. So I'm going to actually just log on using this my name and then my password, and then just click. Let me skip this for 14 days. Just going to say yes. Here we go. You can see right now it's taking me to my Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center, and from my Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center, there you can see we have our users. So if I click my users, and then you can see my 3 users I have in this environment. If we go back again to our Microsoft 365 Admin Center, you can see we only have 3 users at this moment. So let me just go back again to Intune and then click new user. You can see we have 2 options: create a new user or invite an external user. So I'm going to create a new user. So we're going to create a new user. Here I want to say, okay, the user's name is going to be the following. I'm going to call this, let me just call this Felix dot Fred. So it's going to be Felix.Fred, and we only have one domain name. If you have multiple domain name, you can actually choose the different domain name which is going to appear here. So now it's going to ask us, so what is the name of this user? Well, first of all, the first name of this user is going to be Felix. The last name is going to be Fred. So the user's name is going to be Felix Fred. And you can see I'm using in this training, I'm going to be using the user's first name and his last name. That is the first name dot the last name as the user's logon name to this environment. So what we need to do right now is, you can see it says we will have the opportunity to do an auto generate password. I can also create my own password for this user, and then you can see that's our password. And also we can also assign this user to a group. We are not going to be doing that right now. We're going to be learning how to create groups in a different video, because we have different types of group, like the standard security group, or we're going to be creating dynamic group. And right now I want to actually say, okay, where is the user's location? So I want to say where this user doesn't live in Belgium, but the user lives, let me just select a different country. For example, I'm going to say the user lives in the Netherlands. Let me see if I can see. So the user lives in the Netherlands, and it says block signing. I don't want to block signing. And then we can actually just give a job title for this user. We can say the user belongs to the Department of Sales, and the user is the Assistant Manager. And also we can give the company name, but let me just leave it for now. And also we can also say who is the manager of this user. I can decide to actually select. You can see we only have just 3 names. I can select Thomas to be the manager of Felix, because they both works in the same department. And I will click create. So by clicking create, you can see that the name is not actually does not appear yet. We can just click refresh. So it may take some seconds or some minutes for the name to appear. If I go back again to my Office Microsoft 365 Admin Center, and let's try to do a refresh. Well, let me skip that for 14 days. And you can see we have our Felix Fred, which is unlicensed. And then if I go back here again and let me just try to do a refresh. And here we go, you can see we have Felix Fred now, which is now reflecting, because it takes some minutes for that name to reflect. So this is how you create a new user's account in your Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center, or which of course is also called Microsoft Intune.